Good morning and welcome to Wednesday. My name is Madalynn Lee and I'm here with Way Back Wednesday here on WPCD. This is where I get to bring on a vinyl that I choose, and today I brought in Creedence Clearwater Revival. So tune in later to hear that. Got a lot of cool music lined up for you. I'm going to get you right back into the music while I prepare for our vinyl later. I have Everybody's Lonely by Jukebox the Ghost here on WPCD FM. All right, welcome back. Here's your WPCD forecast from Chambana weather meteorologist Andrew Pritchard. For today, mostly sunny, breezy, and warmer with a high of 64 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 50 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 75 degrees. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a low of 55 degrees. And for Friday, partly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms late in the day and a high of 71 degrees. All right, good morning and welcome back. My name is Madalynn Lee, and I have a bunch of stuff to tell you about Parkland. What's going on at Parkland today? So we have Student Government Day today. That's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., so it's going on right now. It's been going on for about 45 minutes, but that's until 2 p.m., hosted by the student government. There you can learn about all different types of political parties, such as the Green Party, the Libertarian Party, the Constitution Party, and several more. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and this is also the last day you can vote for your student government, so be sure to hit up that and vote. Everyone knows your vote counts. Your vote is your voice. All right, please join us on Wednesday, April 11th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., so that's going to be starting in about 10 minutes. That's in D244 for a sexual assault awareness event. And then last but not least, we have the student compilation album being released, and that's the Parkland College student musicians will perform songs from their newly released compilation album. That's today in the U-Wing, today from noon to noon 50. So the Perspectives of Parkland Volume 2, that's released on Spotify and iTunes and Bandcamp. Sorry, I lost a word there. So we're celebrating that, and you can check us out. It's a free admission concert in the student union, so check it out. Lots of amazingly talented musicians, and I really hope to go see that after I'm done with my show today. All right, we're going to get you right back into the music with Undone, the Sweater Song by Weezer. This came off their 1994 self-titled album. It's the Blue Album is what it's colloquially known as, here on WPCD 88.7. Good morning and welcome back to Way Back Wednesday. My name is Madalynn Lee. It is now 10:22 a.m. and this is March 14th, officially Pi Day. Unfortunately, we are sad to announce that Professor Stephen Hawking, the physicist who reached almost rock star level familiarity, died at the age of 76 last night. He was a theoretical physicist whose early work on black holes transformed how scientists and others think about the nature of the universe. He once said it would not be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love. That's very inspirational and sad in the time. Students across the country today are expected to walk out of classes to protest gun violence. The demonstrations will last 17 minutes to honor the 17 people killed at the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School 1 month ago. There are more than 2,850 largely student-organized walkouts scheduled today, including here in Champaign County. The national organizers of the march are advocating strict gun regulation, including bans on assault weapons and expanded background checks. As students stage a national walkout this morning over gun violence, senior federal officials will be sitting down with an expected grilling from Congress over law enforcement's failure to act on tips about the gunman behind last month's school shooting in Parkland, Florida. It is now 11:07 a.m. and we're going to get you right back into the music with On Our Way Home by Empire of the Sun here on WPCD 88.7. All right, you just heard One Headlight by the Wallflowers. That came off their 1996 album Bringing Down the Horse. I don't know if you recognized his voice. Sounds a little bit familiar to those of us who are older. He sounds a lot like Bob Dylan, right? Well, that's Bob Dylan's son, Jacob Dylan. He's the lead singer of the Wallflowers, in case you didn't know. So I'm just about out of time here, and I wanted to close my show I'm going to talk to you for a little bit. I have a lot of information. I just want to get this out to you because, as I mentioned earlier, the Beatles were a huge influence on Oasis, completely different band. But anyway, the Beatles have inspired millions of people and numerous bands. It's kind of like a butterfly or chaos theory effect. The Beatles released Rubber Soul in 1965, which then went on to inspire the Beach Boys to create Pet Sounds in 1966. Paul McCartney of the Beatles was inspired to write the song Here, There, and Everywhere, which appears on Revolver, the album that we heard earlier. We didn't hear that song, but that song was then inspired the Beatles to write their first concept album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Sgt. Pepper then went on to inspire Roger Waters of the band Pink Floyd to create their first concept album, Dark Side of the Moon, which is the third best-selling album of all time. So we go from the Beatles with Rubber Soul to the Beach Boys with Pet Sound, and then back to the Beatles with Sgt. Pepper, and then finally with Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. So it's amazing to me to think where we could possibly be if the Beatles never wrote Rubber Soul. Now think about how many millions of people have been thus inspired by the Dark Side of the Moon, which could have possibly never happened, at least in the capacity that it was, if Rubber Soul was never made. There's a quote that I came across not too long ago that really got me thinking, and I'd like to share it with you. When people think about traveling to the past, they worry about accidentally changing the present, but no one in the present really thinks they can radically change the future. That's an amazing thought from Reddit user K1998. Thank you very much. So if you think your presence or actions don't have an effect, please look back in history. Every great action stems from several small actions. The Beatles started when they were still in high school, and they ended up being the most well-known band of all time. You never know really how the small actions that you take today can turn into one great action. Just like graduating college isn't just one action, but several decisions of actions, like to do homework and practice and coming to school every day, even though you don't want to and would much rather sleep. So, in closing my show, thank you so much for joining me today. I had a blast playing the Beatles album Revolver for you today. I played Taxman in preparation for April 15th, or Tax Day. I played Good Day Sunshine and Tomorrow Never Knows. So I hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed playing these for you. I'm going to leave you off with Wonderwall by Oasis here on WPCD 88.7. Have a wonderful day.